Hi everybody, thanks so much for watching this video. Today we are going to talk about stretching. So, you may have already watched the video that we did on how to warm up, which was all about stir and activate for your muscles. Today we're going to talk about when you stretch your muscles. And the best time to stretch is immediately after a run. So if you come back home or you've come back to your spot where you finish your run, now is time to do the stretching. Number one, your muscles are already fully warmed up. They can be stretched at this point, and it's a great time to start lengthening your tendons and your muscles. You'll hear me say this a lot, but a long and strong is what you want your muscles and your tendons. A long muscle or a long tendon is a strong muscle or a strong tendon. So here we go, and we're going to talk through this a little bit. Again, thanks so much for running with Team World Vision and coming on this journey. The hard work and the challenges that you're going through is going to pay off big time in the lives of where the communities where we work with World Vision. Thanks so much for your sacrifice. So now let's talk about, let's go through it. We're going to start the program. As we do this, I want you to be thinking through the muscle groups as we go through each one. You may not remember every single one of these stretches, but you think about each muscle group and then that you want to make sure that you have stretched each and every muscle group. So first, let's start from the bottom and we're going to go all the way up to the top. So let's first start with our feet. Okay, and we're going to use our trusty stool here. You can use steps, and we're going to talk about feet extension. Okay, one of the common problems and injuries that people have is related to their plantar fascia, which are three tendons that come along the underscore of their feet, underside of their feet. We want to make sure these tendons are nice and long and strong so that you don't deal with a lot of these injuries that are common for many runners. So the first thing when you get back is you want to stretch out that foot, those tendons in that foot. So one of the ways I do that is I get onto a step and I get it out onto the edges of my toes, and I am just putting pressure here until I'm feeling that pull on those tendons, and I'm rolling it around, okay, from left to right as I feel the tension in those tendons. Okay, this takes some practice and it takes a little work to get used to it. You don't want to be stretching out your Achilles tendon right now on the back. You don't want to be stretching out your calves. So it requires a little flexion in your toes, okay, and it requires a little practice so that you can, until you get to that spot and you can feel it doing that. So once you get to that spot, you're going to be doing it for about 2 to 3 seconds, and then you're going to relax. You don't want to hold the stretch until that tendon gets cramped up or gets stretched too hard. Okay, you want to only do it for about 2 or 3 seconds and then relax, and do that about 5 or 6 times. Okay, stretching out our feet. Okay, and then the same from the right to the left. Okay, stretching out that foot, finding those tendons, plantar fascia tendons. I'm not stretching out my Achilles, I'm not stretching out my calves. Okay, now that we're done with that, we want to do our classic wall stretch, which is exactly for our calves and for our Achilles. So you're going to find a wall. So let's just pretend here I am up against my wall. Like this, I'm going to press up against the wall. I'm going to get like this where I'm in mid length of my my back foot, and then I'm gonna press in until I feel that pull on my calf. I'm keeping my back leg straight, and I'm bending my forward leg. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax, and then switch. And do this about 4 or 5 times on the back, on your next foot. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, and relax. Okay. Now the next tendon that we're going to focus on is called your posterior tibial tendon. Now that's a fancy word for this tendon that comes down right underneath your ankle, and it actually goes underneath your foot. It's coming up around your ankle, and then it's going to come right up your shin bone here. There are so many different types of injuries that are related to this tendon, but this one stretch can make a huge difference in keeping this tendon nice and long and strong, which is exactly what we want. If you're feeling pain on the underneath of the bone of your ankle, or you're feeling any shin splints up the inside of your tendon, inside of your leg on your shins, this can make a huge difference. So what you're going to do is you're going to get up against a wall. If you can pretend that there's a wall in front of me here, you're going to do that same wall stretch like you did before back here, but there's going to be one key difference. Here, I have my right leg on this side here, and I'm going to be pushing my knee across my body behind me until I feel that pull on that tendon. So I'm keeping my pressure on the ball of my foot, and I'm pushing my knee towards the back behind my body. Here you'll be able to see it like this. My back leg is like this, and I'm going to push my knee to my left this way here, and it's pulling on that tendon up underneath the inside of my ankle and all the way up my shin bone. Okay, I'm going to do that again. 3 seconds. 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. You can do that 5 or 6 times. Switch and do the same thing with my left leg, except now I'm pushing my knee back to my right. I'm keeping pressure on the ball of my foot, and as I push my knee to the right, it's pulling up that tendon and it's stretching that tendon out. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. And you're going to do that 5 or 6 times too, just the same. Okay, next what we're going to do is your hamstrings. Okay, this also can cause a lot of problems for runners, is by having short hamstrings. And so what we're going to do is all you need to do is go to the hardware store or go look inside your garage for a cheap piece of rope, and you're going to use this here, and you're going to put it on the back side of your foot. Keep your leg as straight as you can and just see how far you can pull that up. 1, 2, 3. You can see I am not the most flexible of people in the entire world. However, by keeping at this 1, 2, 3 and stretching as you go after every run, and probably one other time during the day, can make a huge difference. 1, 2, 3, relax. Okay, I do this about 3 times, and then I switch, and then I'll show you a couple others to do. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. Now, here's what's going to get a little tricky, and so I want you to pay attention on the video, is I'm going to wrap this rope again around my foot, except this time I'm going to pull it around the outside of my foot and to where now I'm pulling it on the inside. So I've wrapped it around the outside of my leg and I'm pulling on the inside. This is going to put tension not directly on the hamstring, but now on your IT band on the outside of your knee, but behind your knee. Okay? 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. If you're having any knee pain right now and it's directly related to weakness in your IT bands, stretching your IT bands out with this can make a huge difference. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 3 times. You can do it more if you feel like it's helping. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on my other foot, wrapping it around the outside of my foot, then pulling on the inside with the rope like this. 1, 2, 3, relax. You do want your opposite leg to be down. It's going to help put more tension on that hamstring here as you pull up. 2, 3, and relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. Now we're going to do exactly the opposite. Okay, so we're going to wrap it on our foot around the inside and pull on the outside here like this. Okay, so now it's putting pressure on the inside, that inside tendon behind your knee on the other side, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. just like that. And then we're going to switch. Okay, again, wrapping it around the outside and pulling on the inside here. So now the rope is coming out the inside of my leg. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. Just like that. All right, that is now done with the hamstrings. Okay, we're now going to look at our hips. So, as we do our hips, this is another important body part that is often related to a lot of knee injuries, as well as IT band injuries, is due to weak hips. So the first thing that we're going to do is just what I'm going to call a sitting twist. So you're going to have one leg over the other. And if I'm coming with my right knee like this, I'm going to pull around with my opposite elbow, my left elbow, and I'm going to just twist. Except when you twist, don't twist on your back. Don't pull on your back muscles. Instead, pull that knee back across and feel the tension on your hip. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, and relax. Anywhere 5 or 6 times, and again switch and do the exact same thing, pulling on that knee across, putting tension on your hip. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. And 1, 2, 3, relax. The next thing that we're going to do for our hips is what I'm going to call the sitting gymnast. This is where you're going to put one leg forward like this with your leg just a little bit across. You're going to sit down on it, and you're going to come down on that knee as much as you possibly can. You're going to want to do the splits as much as you can. I realize that your groin or your hamstrings and your quads may not be as flexible, and certainly mine aren't. But you want to sit down on it as much as you can and put pressure on your hip as you do this. One of the things I like to do too is to put different shoulders down on that knee when I go down. So maybe I'll put my right shoulder down, 2, 3, relax, come back up, then put the middle of my chest down on it, 2, 3, relax, and then put my left shoulder down on it, 1, 2, 3, relax, okay, and switch. Same thing, different leg. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. Mix it up until you feel like that hip has been well stretched. All right, now what we're going to do is stretch out our quads. So we've gone from our hips, now we're going up to the quads right here on the front. First thing that we're going to do is called the pretzel, which is going to be really hard to show you here. But as I lay down, you're going to put one leg over like this, and you're going to put pressure with your opposite arm down on that knee and push down. You want to get this opposite leg here up as much as you can. You could even grab it. And what you're going to do is now press down on one. It's putting tension on your hip here and pulling up with the other, which is going to put tension on your opposite quad. This is a great exercise for stretching out your hips, your quads, which is then also going to relieve pressure on your lower back. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. And again, you can do that 5 or 6 times. If you're having some lower back pain with your running, this is an amazing exercise to help relieve pressure besides the push-ups that we did, the press-ups, excuse me, that we did earlier. All right, opposite. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, and relax. Now, the last thing that we're going to do for your quads is called, well, it really has a name, but I'll do this against a wall or against a post or against the couch. But basically what's going to end up happening is this back foot here is going to get stuck up against that wall or the couch. And you're going to come up like this, with this up, one, and you're going to hold it. This one you can hold for longer than 2 or 3 seconds, okay, until you start feeling a burn down on your quad as you come up. And but basically, again, just so you can see it, is this foot here will be up against the wall, and then you're going to come up until you feel that tension on your quad. The quad that's going to be the tension is the one that's I'm holding here, that's going to be up against the wall. You come up, you want to hold that, okay, for at least 10 seconds, really feel the burn, and then you're going to relax, and you can do that back and forth too. That is great for stretching out your quads, which is then going to also relieve pressure on your hips and your hamstrings. All right, next thing that we're going to do is finally with your back, and that is now again with this sitting position that we did earlier, where instead of the hips, we're now going to twist and put pressure on the opposite side of our back. So you're going to really twist, 2, 3, relax, really twist. Don't pull on the knee, just twist, 2, okay, and that's going to be stretching out your back. 2 or 3 seconds, okay, 5 or 6 times. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, and relax. 5 or 6 times. Last thing that we're going to do is the press up. We've done this during our warm-ups, but now we're going to really be a lot more flexible at this point because we would have just run. Our back is a lot looser, especially with the stretching that we've already done before. And you're going to do these press ups now, but you're going to really press up hard. 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. Really decompressing your spine, taking the pressure off your lower back. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. 5 or 6 times, and then you're done. If you can do these stretches at the end of each one of your runs, it's going to make a huge difference. This is not everything that you could possibly do, obviously. If you have some sort of soreness or extra tightness in a certain area, feel free to do more stretching to that area and really lengthen out the muscles or the tendons there to make a difference. But hopefully this will give you an idea of some stretches to do for each body part as you go from your feet all the way up to your lower back. And thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a blessed day. Thanks.